And here's another example of looking at points in context of the areas. So we have the polygons that were created by buffering the pipelines, and we want to find out all the TUS sites which are close to the pipeline. What we ended up doing is I took this layer right here, the buffer, and when you open up the attribute, you can actually go and select the different fields and press the delete column button. So this is in fact what I did. I got rid of most of the columns in there because they were not very meaningful. And in here now I can write something like saying pipeline in here. And then I close the editing. And hopefully next time I click on it, it will tell me that this is indeed a pipeline. Does it say that or not? Attribute table. Let's try that again. And now we tell it to finish editing. Yes, save it please. And let's check again now to see if this time it worked. And it says pipeline right there. So we're going to take this information and add it to these points right here. How do we do that? Once again, the same process that we used before. Vector, data management tools, join attributes by location, and we're going to take the TUS data that we had before, and we will take the pipeline buffer. So it's going to grab the point data and get information from the pipeline buffer and add it on to the TUS data. We're going back to the TUS data that we had at the start. We could also use the one that we have the vegetation overlay, and that way we would have the vegetation information as well as the pipeline information for each TUS site. And you can see that you can build more and more columns from other layers of information. We want to keep all the records, and we're going to save this as TUS veg overlay. Save. Okay. Yes, please. So now it's created a new layer, once again, just like before. And we can select it. And then those instances where we are inside the pipeline, it will say pipeline in here as entity name. And those instances where we're not, it will be a blank. And it will say null if we look at it as a table form. So this one here says pipeline, this one says pipeline, and this one here says blank there, and this one says blank right there, and this one says pipeline. If we open up the attribute table, you see that we have 1, 2, 3 TOS sites that are within the pipeline, and the rest are not, and this is why they get a null value right there. So very simple operation, and as you can see, very valuable, because you instead of having to do this manually, the system will go and do it for you automatically.